Sure.
One of the trainers still haven't found out yet.
That's good. That's good. So is this the debut?
Yeah, show it off.
Hey George, the first inning, did you know you walked the very first guy? Like it didn't look like you didn't know.
No, I had no idea. I totally forgot about that step off, no person on base rule. It is what it is. Counts as a walk. I'll just forget about it.
I mean, like, you don't walk two guys in an inning very often, though it happened twice last year. How do you reel it back in? I mean, you get a walk that you didn't do anything on, and then another walk, and there's runners on the corners. How do you reel it back in?
Yeah, I was a little amped up. Kind of just focused on my breathing and just settle in and just try and not make the moment too big and just go out there and throw strikes.
Do you know when you're falling into a rhythm and being able to just keep going? Like, is there an aha moment for you, or do you just get?
Yeah, just mechanics feel smooth and it's not like placing it there. It's just throwing and it just hitting the spot. Once I can start feeling that, then I know I can start picking apart the zone. So.
When did it feel like you got going, but when did it feel like you were really cooking along where
Honestly, probably like the first or second batter of the second inning, I just flipped some heaters in there and I just felt good. I felt just smooth going down the mound. It came out easy, so kind of right then and there.
You talked this spring about wanting to maybe get some chases out of the zone. Did you feel like that was something that you're able to do tonight as well?
Yeah, curveball was a great pitch for me tonight. Cal's just like hammering his glove into the ground. I'm like, all right, I got to get there. So, as long as I keep doing that, it's a pretty good swing and miss pitch. So just got to keep getting that below the zone and working some other pitches off of it.
How much of a commitment does it take to be able to do that too?
Yeah, because I'm trying to throw as many strikes as possible. So I just got to commit to really expanding the zone and beating guys there because I can.
We've seen this team, you guys play so many tight games like this, one-run games. Is that just part of your DNA at this point? You guys are comfortable being in this spot?
Yeah. I mean, for me, just go out there and just every time give the team best chance to win and just trust the guys to have my back. So, and tonight they did. And yeah, I mean, I hope there's not a lot of 1-0 games, but we do pretty well in them. So.
What is it about JP in those big clutch moments?
It's huge having him up top lineup, and he's seeing the ball well, and that home run was huge. Just even gave me a lot more confidence going back into that 6th or 7th inning or whenever he hit it. But yeah, we got a good lineup, and it's going to start coming along.
How much does that motivate you to go out there and strike out the side immediately after too?
Yeah, it's huge. A little bit of run support, and then just. Like I said, just having confidence going back out there. We got the lead. Let's just put them away.
How much did you want to see that ball caught there so you could just walk off the mound in the 7th at 3 outs?
Yeah, that would be nice. It is what it is. I didn't put the ball where I wanted to, and I let them get a piece of it. So it's on me.
You're at 99 pitch, 98, 99. Did you feel all right? I mean, you felt
I felt
strong?
good. It was cold, and I felt good. It wasn't coming out like as fast as I wanted to, but it was effective, and I worked in and out of the zone pretty good tonight. So,
George, how excited are you from an individual standpoint about this season? I mean, you had a few hiccups there in August and September, but finished strong. You get some Cy Young votes. Just coming into the year, like, how eager are you about the potential of what this year could be?
Yeah, but I mean, I care less about all that stuff. For me, I'm just going to keep commanding the zone. I'm going to keep trying to go as long as I can in outings and just control what I can control. And if I do that, more times it works out pretty good. So just got to focus on myself and trust the guys behind me.
You get a cut of the T-shirt sales?
Sorry?
If they start selling those T-shirts, do you get a cut on that?
I doubt it, but I'm gonna keep rocking. I like it.
Thank you, George.
Yeah, good.
Sorry.
No, it's okay.
Sorry. It's like when Just like when the Padres announcer was screaming at the umps not to start the game when we were in spring training that time.
I've never seen it before.
I've never seen that either.
How we doing there, Chief?
Looking for real quick. Daniel, do you mind holding up that paper for me? Just your paper. Thank you. Got it. Thank you.
Okay. We're used to playing this game. Unfortunately, we play a lot of these, but really cold night on the ball field tonight with the wind kind of coming in the stadium. It was not an easy night to hit, but it was a night to pitch, and we had the right guy out there. George was outstanding. Once he got on a roll, the first inning was very un-George Kirby-like, but after that, he got on a great roll, had all of his pitches working, the fastballs to both sides of the plate. The breaking balls, a few splitters mixed in there, and really dominated them. I was hoping to get him one more out. Didn't happen, and then I thought the bullpen hung in there. Certainly, Ryan Stanek, new to the club, but he's only had, I think, 3 outings. Today was his 4th. He didn't have much spring training, so we do have to be cognizant of that. And I thought his stuff was really good. Just got to execute a little bit better in the strike zone, and we had enough to pick him up. Mooney was awesome. Really topped off by an awesome defensive play by Ty France at first base. You got to give him credit. Those plays like that often don't show up in the box score, but it actually won us the game tonight. As Urias came in the off-balance throw and Ty was able to pick it. So big win, obviously, JP. This guy's, last year, career high in home runs, and he is just a different player over the last year and a half, and understanding what it's about, situations, when to look to drive the ball, and he got a pitch and didn't miss it tonight. So, on the box score, we struck out too much, we didn't get enough hits, and all this other stuff. There was some good at-bats. I thought Julio's at-bat in the 8th inning, if he continues to do that all year long, he's going to have a special year. Just being able to slow it down, and again, the professional at Polo, who was having a rough night, Polanco tonight with 3 strikeouts, and he lines out. But those type of at-bats is what you want to see late in the game, and again, we got to have more of those earlier in the game, but you got to give credit to their starter. Pivetta was really good tonight. The mix of the breaking balls had us off balance all night, and we weren't able to do much other than JP ran into one, which we were very thankful for. So nice way to get the first win. Again, we're used to playing these close games, but all up to our pitching tonight. George was awesome, and the guys picked him up by the bullpen with Munoz. So I'll take any questions.
Scott, could you see George? It looked like he just, after that second walk, got the out and just found a rhythm. And like with him, he catches it and goes. Can you see that from the dugout?
You really can. Yeah, he picks up the pace. And when he's locating, and he's ahead in the count, you look up on the board, and it's like 15 first pitch strikes to like 4 first pitch balls. I mean, when he gets on a roll, it's over. And he just takes over the game, which is fun to watch. And the combination of him and Cal working his weapons through their lineup, it was fun to watch tonight. So I was hoping, like I said, I wanted him to get that last out in the 7th. They found a way to knock him out of there at that point. But, he's got a chance to have a really big year. We just got to keep him right there.
What allows him to get into that rhythm? Because we've seen him have shaky first innings in the past, and he's been able to just kind of brush it off and get going.
As you know, George has a ton of confidence. And when he gets on a roll, it's like you can see it in his face out there. Nobody can hit me. I don't care who you are. I don't care what the name on the back of your jersey is. You can't hit me. And he takes that with really good stuff and ability to execute, and he rides it. And he has nights like tonight. We often see it. It's fun to watch when he gets rolling.
Scott, he's seeming to reel it back in, too. He didn't know that he walked the guy because of the pitch clock violation. And then the other walk, you could tell he was miffed, but he didn't lose his cool. I think 2 years ago he might have been really furious, but he wasn't tonight.
Yeah, getting that final out in the first inning and putting up a 0, you could kind of see when he walked off the mound, like, whew, okay, this first inning of the year, I have it under my belt. I wasn't very good, but I got through it. Now let's just go be George Kirby, and that's what we saw tonight. Again, when he starts rolling 3rd, 4th, 5th inning, you start thinking back to some of the great games he's thrown here. It popped into my mind. This looks like the playoff game a couple years ago. It was just like lights out. It was really fun to watch.
When JP got him the homer, and then he comes out for the 6th and strikes out the side like that,
That's what top of the rotation guys do. And this guy should be at the top of anybody's rotation. We're fortunate enough to have him, and we got a few of those guys that can do that. And I look forward to Logan pitching tomorrow night.
What'd you see out of Pivetta that made it tough on your offense?
He had really good breaking balls. He had them all working. The curveball, the sweeper, the cutter. Did not throw us many fastballs. We knew that was probably going to happen coming into the game. The Red Sox have flipped it a little bit. They're throwing a ton of breaking balls, and they're landing them. That's the key. They're throwing them for strikes. And it's been a tough couple nights on us. We got to make some adjustments here the rest of the series.
Any update on Mitch Garver?
Yeah, Mitch had a back spasm thing come up here when he got to the ballpark today. We'll see how he is. He feels a little bit better right now. Hopefully he can be in the lineup tomorrow. We'll check in with him tomorrow morning and hopefully be okay.
You mentioned the Julio at bat there too. That slider 3 inches off the plate or something. Is that just a sign for you, as you mentioned, kind of?
Yeah, that's a sign of a young superstar maturing. And if he does that, like I said, watch out. It's gonna be some kind of year. Because when he forces the pitchers to come to him, we know the kind of damage he can do. And in that moment, I was really curious. We saw that moment come up a lot last year. And he would swing at that 3-2 pitch or maybe the 2-2 pitch that was just off. And then, it just didn't get his best swing off because it was not a strike. And for him to be disciplined in that moment, you're going to hear me talk about it a lot this year because if he continues to focus on that, it's going to be great things for the Mariners in 2024.
When you said this spring, he's trying to focus on just putting down the hitters who are in front of him and not on what inning it is, what his role is. Tonight he has to do the 4-out save, second time in his career only he's done that. What have you seen from him as far as that growth and maturity?
Let's start. First of all, Mooney came into spring training in great shape. He was ready to go from the get-go, and he's probably been the farthest along of any of our relief pitchers, which last year he was coming off a little bit of ankle surgery in the offseason. So from the get-go, he has looked really good. So he's been able to work on a few things. We saw him throw more fastballs tonight than I think I've ever have. And the two-seamer was awesome. He's also changed up the tempo in his delivery. As you'll see, some of them, he'll lift the leg up. The other times, he'll slide step to the plate. You throw 100 miles an hour with that kind of movement and that kind of slider, and then you can screw up the hitter's timing. It is special. It's something that he's worked on in spring training. He took it into the first game tonight. I'm super excited that he was to have the dominance he had tonight with doing that. It makes it really hard. It's hard to hit him if he's just got the normal leg kick. Now mix up the difference in timing. Again, it's really going to help him throughout the season. But it goes back to his offseason. He came into shape, into spring training in great shape. He's been ready to go from the get-go, and we talk about guys who have the ability to bounce back and be durable and things like that. He's just moving so much better, and I know he's excited about it, as we are.
You touched on playing in these tight one-run games for the past 3 years now. How well-equipped do you feel like this group is to win these types of games?
That's what we do. It's the tight game. Every play is big. Every at-bat is big. Every out that your bullpen is able to get you late in the game is huge. And you really have to execute in those spots. I go back again. To play the game is Ty France picking the ball in the dirt. That was not an easy pick. We got to make a better throw there. But Ty picked up his teammate, and that's what it is. You have to play loose. You got to play, kind of carefree in those moments because if you start to stress out and go too hard, that ball kicks off his glove and goes away, and the game is tied. So credit to our guys. They know how to handle those spots, and we're going to be in a lot of them this year. It's just the games that we play in, certainly in this park early in the year. You have to know what you signed up for, and we can handle it. Our team's been there before.
All right. Yep.